Geez, at 30 minutes past 9, which means it's time for me to introduce my studio guest for this morning, Mr. Ray Summers from Neighbourhood Watch. Good morning, Ray. How are you?
I'm well, Peter, and good morning to you. And I'm just a reminder, trust you are busy. Started your Christmas shopping with only 8 weeks to go.
Thank you for that timely reminder.
That's all right.
And by the way, I don't want anything expensive this year, okay? Just bear that in mind if you think you're buying.
As it doesn't affect your pension. That's because we have new rules coming in on the 1st of January.
That's right.
Well, Peter, if you and I are not going to be busy Christmas shopping, Neighbourhood Watch has had a busy October, I guess. Since mid-September, we've been going flat tack. And let me tell you briefly about some of the good things that have happened. We had an Operation Safe Plate Day on Saturday the 3rd of October at Bunnings, Vermont South. We're only on deck from 9 o'clock to 1 o'clock to allow everybody to go and watch the grand final of the footy. Of course, we've moved on from there. Now we're up to, rugby?
That's right,
Yeah,
yes.
we've got to get up
watching
early.
Rugby now, yeah.
But back to Safe Plate Day. It was a hot, dry, sunny and windy morning and the effort was magnificent. Many receivers of the one-way screws thanked me for the service provided by Neighbourhood Watch. What we did do, we fitted anti-theft screws to over 150 vehicles. That equals one vehicle completed every 1.6 minutes.
You know what you're doing, you blokes, don't you? That's pretty good.
We hope we know.
By now, you would hope so.
Yes, in the 4 hours time spent on the floor doing that job. We even fixed one number plate to a motorbike. Took a little longer than the average.
Where are they fixing plates on motorbikes these days? They're not on the front bumper bar.
No, this one was on the rear.
Yeah.
And I think it was running parallel with the vehicle.
Okay.
Yeah. It was an older bike.
Yeah.
But he said, no, I'd like that on there. He had a couple of bikes and no, he said, I'll have that done.
Well done. Sorry, carry on.
That's all right. We sold personal alarms and we even sold packets of screws so that people could go home and do their other 3 cars and so on and so on.
Okay.
I said, yes. I said, make sure you collect the $6 from your family when you sell them these screws. Get your money back.
My word.
The good news is we received over $400 in donations to pay for these screws. And because it was a hot, dirty day, we drank 14 litres of chilled water. It was drunk by the volunteers, plus tea and coffee and all that.
You like keeping your statistics, you folks, don't you?
Well,
eh?
It's a pretty boring job if you haven't got something like this to do. So that's our record, 1.6
that's excellent.
minutes per vehicle. We collected 35 new email addresses for e-news, and there were 18 volunteers on duty during the day. No, it went off well received by the public, and I must thank the the CPO, that's Crime Prevention Officer from Manningham, Carla Reardon, and also the one from Whitehorse, Rebecca Millen, Woodards for signage, politicians for their printing, and to Bunnings of Vermont South, who provided us with our furniture that we required, parking bays for the day, signage and all those sorts of things. And they even helped us to unpack and pack up.
Oh, that's great.
And of course, being windy and we had to fold up this marquee, I think it went round the car park 3 times. Then we had the Spring Festival, and that was only last Sunday the 18th of October, Sunday week I should say.
That's right.
And that was up at the Whitehorse, City of Whitehorse complex. And that was a pretty good day. The weather was perfect. 23 volunteers on duty, or during the whole Spring Festival preparation, etc. Firstly, we had packing our information packs. We had 460 of them, and then on the day we distributed them along with about 250 police packs, which was similar to ours, and in fact we started sharing as we ran out a bit. And again, and I suppose this is famous, 2,000 activity sheets. Now this is I brought in a couple of these, Peter. I didn't bring in the ones where you had to colour the butterfly or anything like that. But this is for those who, you've got to be clever to read these road signs. Didn't you ever get this job when you were a kid to read the road signs?
Oh, there've been so many new introductions since I was.
Anyway, that's a set of road signs there. So we did well. One of our younger volunteers, he said, this is for me. He's going to put together a series of activity sheets with the range of car badges.
Okay.
So you'll get Nissan and so on and so on.
What a good idea.
And we worked out that there are 68 different cars available. Now, when I say that, I mean Nissan, Ford, Toyota.
Yes.
That's a different car. And then within each one of them, there are something like about 360 cars available in their ranges. So you'll get Fiat and Citroen and all those names that are not so popular or so common.
Yeah.
So there's 68 of them.
And then their models within those.
Well, we're not going to worry about the models. We'll just get the first 68. Rolls-Royce, Bentley.
Yes.
But certainly older kids and think, this is it. This is what I want for my kids when we go travelling.
This is a great sheet, isn't it?
And, of course, they've expanded. There are lots of other signages there, the Victorian label, state label, and so on and so on.
Goodness. Oh, they're well done. That's terrific.
Yeah. And they are printed by politicians. Somebody printed them for us.
Michael Sukar,
he's the federal
member for Deakin.
Yeah, we're very, very appreciative of their help. So that was good. Now, coming up, so that was October, and we didn't get a vacant minute. We had one of our crime prevention activities out on the street late September, and coming up we have our last two. One is Wednesday the 4th of November, and then our final one is Tuesday the 1st of December. And again, they will be a group of Neighbourhood Watch volunteers, and we will target a hotspot that the police have recognised. And I think we've got to step outside our boundary very soon. Heatherdale Railway Station is seen in the city of Whitehorse, and it is, but the car park is in the city of Maroondah.
Is that right?
And people say, well, the railway station's in Nuttawading or Whitehorse, you've got to look after it. So anyway, we're going to step over the line. I don't think Maroondah will mind one little bit.
Not.
So that's a job we got to do, and basically that's organised by leading Senior Constable Beck Millen out of Box Hill. She's the crime prevention officer, and she'll deliver us to the hotspot, give us all the instructions, and off we go. Now, what else has been happening? This is the not so good news, although it's not too bad. Residential burglaries still decreasing in Whitehorse.
That's a very good
and that's
sign.
Brilliant. And again, police ask, would you like to remind residents to call 000 to report any suspicious people or vehicles, particularly if you see that white Toyota pickup truck
We hope we
with
don't
changing
say
number
that.
plates.
I don't want to say that in our area, thank you very much.
I wonder if they've been smart enough to put one number plate on the front and a different
One
number
different
plate on the back.
Well, they've managed to stay ahead of the police so far,
Haven't
so
they?
you wouldn't be surprised if
No,
they are
they
smart
do
enough
something.
to do that.
Threat from motor vehicles. They have increased. That's not so good. Police would like to remind residents to lock their vehicles, remove any valuables, and install anti-theft screws to their number plates. And I can tell you, I think, yes, people, you don't have to wait for a safe plate day. You can pick up these screws from the Box Hill Police Complex. Their phone number, 88 92 32 00. You can get them from Forest Hill Police Complex. That's the new one in Springvale Road.
Yes.
88 47 36 00. And even I have a supply of them. And you can phone me on 0418 596 831. Now, getting back to other news. Theft of motor vehicles. That's taking the lot. Remain about average. Again, targeting the older vehicles that don't have immobilisers fitted. And there's now, we were talking earlier about fashion, how it comes back. For those vehicles that don't have an immobiliser, the old steering wheel lock with the two bars.
Yes.
Do them and That's the answer to the problem. So they're coming back now.
I can't remember what they called the jolly things.
I thought it was just a steering wheel.
Yeah, it had a...
like a telescopic arrangement.
That was
yes.
They were a great innovation.
They were handy for lots of things.
Oh.
Belting dogs if you got a...
Lovely. That's nice, Ray. Thank you for sharing that with us.
Or if you're a young fella and you wanted to get rid of the girl, give her a poke with
Out you go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Anyway, but here's the bad news. There is a big increase in drug offences all over the state and in Whitehorse.
Unfortunately.
Police are seeking public assistance. Phone Crime Stoppers on 1800 333 000 or call direct 000. And this, all of that incidents and trends of crime trends in Whitehorse, full detail, go to the Neighbourhood Watch Whitehorse webpage, www.nhw.com.au/Whitehorse, and you can get the whole record of what's happened over the last month, 5 weeks. It's all there.
And that's a very good website too, and very user-friendly, which is important for websites. I think some of them can be dreadfully complex to navigate your way around, but this is not the case with your website.
You give up in frustration.
Indeed.
But that's certainly there. And some extra contact points I wanted to remind your listeners. Emergency, fire, ambulance and police is simply dial or press the buttons for 000. Crime Stoppers, a number I don't remind people about, 1800 333 000. Now, I've told you twice today about that. I wonder, do I remember? I've mentioned about the Forest Hill Police Complex. Email for Neighbourhood Watch is whitehorse@nhw.com.au, and our post office box is Post Office Box 5005 at Laburnum, Post Office 3130. I think I've told you most things. But no, things have been quite good, Peter. Really, we've had a lot of activity. We've achieved a lot of things. Our school visits are continuing.
Yes.
We have a big one at St James's School in, I'll call it Vermont. And over a period of 2 hours, the leading senior constable, Beck Millen, and 2 or 3 Neighbourhood Watch fellas have got to cover the whole school. I think that's 300 or 400 in 2 hours.
That's pretty good. That's faster than 1.6 minutes for a number.
Absolutely.
Well done. And Beck Millen has been our guest, your guest, on the program, hasn't she, in the past?
Yes.
Only, 3 or 4 months ago, I think. Yeah.
Or thereabouts. I think it was August.
Was it? Yes.
Came in.
Yeah. And I'm sorry to see that the numbers of break-ins to motor vehicles is still very high. People still won't learn, will they?
No. I mean, I think they're encouraged. There's the laptop.
Yeah. I went past a car the other day that had a laptop on the passenger seat. It had the navigation device and the mobile phone. Clipped up for all to see.
Yep.
And the car was definitely locked. The motor wasn't running. It's not as though the driver had stepped away only for a couple of minutes. People just ask for trouble.
Yes.
It's silly.
It's an invitation.
It is.
Come and get it. All you got to do is unlock the door.
Yeah.
And if we can take off number plates at the rate of 1.6 vehicles per minute, someone who knows how to unlock doors, they can do it exactly the same time or less.
Yes.
So, yes, Peter, it's something we are got to be responsible for that.
Yes, indeed.
And lock our vehicles.
Yes. Good advice. Thank you. And good talking to you as always, Ray. And I'll look forward to catching up with you again on...
a date in November.
Yes.
Can we remember?
Oh, no, I can never remember dates.
I thought Monday the 16th.
Monday the 16th. It will be about then. We shall look forward to that. And thank you for changing your date this week. That was or this month. It was much appreciated. And of course, we'll be that much closer to Christmas. You'll be able to remind me of how few days I have to do my shopping again.
The 16th is nearly the halfway mark.
It is.
And I read the other day somebody. It was out here in the notice boards. If you wanted to order something for Christmas, we go on holidays on the 8th of December. Got that?
I like
So
it.
perhaps he's going to avoid the Christmas rush.
Obviously. On that note, I'll see you next month, Ray.
I will, Peter.
Hey, Ray.